Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Lechtei Chamoser podcast. We continue with the Pele Yoeitz. We're on page 333 in the Art Scroll. We're on day 128 in Hafsik. Now we are going to learn the second to last piece of Ois Beis. The Pele Yoeitz goes in Oisius, letters of the Aleph Beis, and now up to Beirur, which is the second to last piece on Beis before we start Gimel and Mitzvah in 2 days. Now we're going to discuss Beirur, which means extracting, which we're going to venture into discussing the more esoteric inyanim and mystical ramifications of our actions in this lowly world called Olam Hazeh. Yidu shekol bias ha'adam la'olam hazeh v'chol ha'galuyos she'anu soivim. Hakol hu kedei levar yitzetzi ha'kedusha she'nespazu v'neklipos. There's a lot of kedusha that has been scattered in the invisible, the esoteric klipas, these impure powers, and there's a lot of kedusha in that in the world. And what we're meant to do is we are meant to extract. We're meant to take out from all the impure and change it over and be mikadesh it. That's what it means that this world is a broken vessel. That's another Kabbalistic concept, that there's the broken vessel that we're living in this world, and we're meant to be mikadesh. What does it mean to be mikadesh, to sanctify this world? It means that we're living in a world that's filled with tumah, that's filled with impurity, and as we go through life as individuals and as a nation, we're meant to extract all the good and to kind of wash out all the bad, all the impurity. To be mekadesh shen shemayan means to sanctify the world. And how do we do that? It's when we feel cast away, when we feel forlorn, when we feel the stars panim. It's to fight against that. It's to realize that Hashem is only doing it so that we work even harder, that we exert ourselves even more, that we chase after the prize in turbo mode, and we realize that it's all to make the test even harder. But when we do that, the level of kedusha, the level of greatness we're going to bring to this world is so much greater, and what's needed, absolutely required for Be'ula, for redemption, and for Mitzvah Mashiach. This is the fruit of all of our prayers and our mitzvahs and our learning Torah. This is what it all boils down to. And this is what we have to intend to accomplish as we go about our days, our lives. When we're taking a drink, we're not just drinking to satiate ourselves. Coffee. It's not just to caffeinate ourselves so that we can do nothing. It's to caffeinate, it's to invigorate ourselves, to keep ourselves awakened, and to keep ourselves mechuzik, that we should be able to do what? Not live like a guy, not buy another luxury car, not waste time sitting watching TV. It's to do mitzvahs. It's to go to the next thing. It's to learn Torah. It's to do mitzvahs and gemilas chasadim and bring greatness to this world, and to be mekadesh Shem Shamayim and daven and big challah and say tehillim and be a good mother and a good father and a good brother and whatever it is, but all with the tachlis, all centralized around one central point, which is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and bringing greatness and happiness and toiv and kedusha v'tara into this world. And all the oppression that we endure and the persecution and the wandering, which we're very good at doing, over the course of our exiles, it's all tremendous purpose, because all the sparks of Kedusha that are found in each of the lands that we're exiled to can be collected during our exile over there. And one time, my father told me he went skiing out in Midwest, and he had a great trip, and he spent an hour, 2 hours, so it was an hour each way. He went all the way to Montana. Why? Not to daven Shachas Mincha Marav, because he already took care of that. Pashut, to say the words, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. He said the other parshas, maybe I don't remember, but the point was he wanted to go there to be Mekadesh Shem Shemayim, to bring sanctity. When was the last time that it was Shema Yisrael in Montana? Maybe there's a Chabad, but the point was he wanted to go bring Kedusha there, which I thought was such a beautiful thing. But that's exactly what we're saying over here, that all the oppression, all the wandering, it's not meaningless, it's not in a vacuum. It's not unprecedented. It's not like Hashem forgot about us. Hashem wants us to go through this world. Hashem wants us to experience things. Hashem wants us to go through these challenges. Why? For one specific, one central purpose, and that is to extract Kedusha, to take it out, to go to these random far-flung places and elevate it and be mekadosh it. And with one Shema Yisrael and a kapitel and a learning and the bitachon that we have to strengthen ourselves in those times, in those places, in those lands, under jurisdictions, under cruel, evil kings, and over our history. We're a nation that's been around since Bereshis. We're like none other. And here we are, and we keep on going. And what is it? Well, it's all one. We keep on going, and we're going to be able to endure and sustain ourselves. Why? Because we're so strong, because we realize that we're on a mission. We're here to be Mekadesh, we're here to uplift. And that's what keeps us going. And we keep on going to do the same thing. We're going to wander, and there's going to be a Holocaust on October 7th, and pogroms, and the Spanish Inquisition, all these things. We have to go through it to stay strong, to remember who we are, to claim our sense of identity. And in all those places, and to all those times of periods, those chapters of history, to hold on to the truth. To hold on to the truth of this is the point, this is the focal point, this is the fruit of our prayers, of our wandering, of all these doichik, of all these oppressions. One thing, it is all to bring Hashem Hamlacha, to make this world a better and holier place. And therefore, we should be mekabel these things with love. Through all of this wandering and all of this traveling and all the things that don't make sense, we have to embrace it, accept it with love, because we are ultimately bringing nachas ruach lefnei chisei chavoda. We're bringing happiness, we're bringing nachas ruach, joy, simcha, to the throne of glory. And we have to remember that there's no greater happiness than the extraction of the sparks of the bitzoitzis of holiness. For all the neshamas inside of us and all the sparks of kedusha, once we connect to them and bring them out, and we're able to crystallize them and bring out their inner innate beauty, in chelik kamimal, we're bringing back portions that belong to God Baruch Hu, and we're letting Hashem reclaim them. We're bringing them back to Him. We're bringing the diamonds back to the King. We're saying, Hashem, you lost us along the way. You, for some reason, created this world with all these broken pieces, and here it is, Hashem. You're the diamonds, you're the goods, and I'm Yishlech, I'm a messenger, and I'm bringing them to you, and I know that I'm bringing you nachasuach. I know I'm bringing you joy. I know I'm bringing you nachasuach gadol yismizeh. There's no greater pleasure, kaviyachol, for the Eibishter than this. Well, not over doime. Pele Yoeitz sheds a bit more light on this idea with a mashal. No, not over doime. L'melch shabana v'dido of halchush v'biad sar. You can compare this whole idea of bringing the diamonds back to the king, bringing out chasuach Hashem by extracting literally in the air every single molecule. There's nitzitzis of kedusha that's locked up, that's hidden, and we're accessing them. What's the ideal? What's the mashal we can say about this? The king whose cherished children, beloved children, have been taken into captivity in the hands of an enemy. And they now sit in confinement, in darkness, and in the shadow of death. They're at tremendous risk of their lives. The king's pain is unfathomable. It's the highest level of pain, of fear, as he contemplates his children's plight. But prides banam shamelach hareze goimo chesed gadol im hamelach, and the one who will rescue the king's children will have done the greatest kindness with the melech. Ugumule yishalmai, and he will surely receive his just reward. And this matter we're discussing about unlocking the mitzitzis and the mekadesh them is the same exact thing. Hashem has more to relate of the mystical battle of holiness than a mouth boss of Adam. So if we can fathom the greatness, the compensation, the remuneration that a king will give to someone that rescues his children when they're in a dangerous position, when their lives are at risk, and imagine someone's able to go free them and bring them back to the king and say, King, here are your children. Just imagine the joy, the simcha, the relief, the simcha, the greatest level. It's the king, it's his children, and the king has endless money. Imagine how he's going to pay that person back, the person who rescued his children. The same thing is with us. Every time we do a mitzvah, every time we fortify ourselves at Munah B'tachon, every time we do a chesed when we're not in the mood, every time we're being Mekadeshim Shemayim, we're unlocking the nitzotzis of Tumah. We're changing the Tumah, the impurity, into Tahara. We're elevating the world. And we're bringing those diamonds, we're bringing all these unlocked, these locked up children, these locked up diamonds that are in the world, that are filling, the permeate the entire, the ganze Welt is filled with these opportunities. Every second, every place we go, we walk, we exert ourselves. It's all mitzitzes of Kedusha, and we're bringing them to Hashem. They were locked up before, and when we access them, through the oppression, through the pain, through the uncertainties, through the goliaths, the exiles, and we say, Hashem, I'm doing it for you. I'm rescuing, I'm bringing these to you. I'm sacrificing my time, my energy, everything for you. Just imagine how HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to pay you back. Just imagine the nachas ruach, the Eden, the highest level of joy, the pleasure that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will bring to the kisei chavodah, to Hashem. Is just imagine every time we're in a situation and we're not sure this, that, and what's going to be, and we're mechazik ourselves, we're unlocking the tastes of Kedusha for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Imagine the schar. Due to the tremendous satisfaction at Hashem, we're bringing him the diamonds, we're delivering the goods. And as much as we're thinking how great it is for the person that's doing positive things, imagine on the other side, a person who's doing bad. The person who does these averis, who causes the klipas to latch on and oppress holy neshamas. These averis, they're levels of tremendous tumah that make a tremendous klipa of impurity in the world. Rachman al-Itzlan, v'yirdu mechadesh mitzvah kedusha me'imke klipas, kama tzaga mekodesh baruch hu, shchinte, how much pain it causes HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shrei oisam and neshames in kume also bevis asurim v'ne'akem nach chalal. Another ushchinu tza'ekes mitin reshi mayim be'ini mikardim be'evke yoyim be'layla as kalali basamit. The Shekhinah cries out when a person does an Avir, and especially ones that close Bashchisim. And the Shekhinah cries out, if only my head would be water and my eyes a spring of tears, so I would cry all day and night for the slain of the daughter of my people. When a person thinks of this, you think of the mashal of how much good and how much happiness and pleasure a person brings when a person is doing the right thing, when a person is doing a mitzvah. And then you contemplate how much bad a person is causing when he does a virus, when he brings tumah into the world. That in itself should be a catalyst, should be a reminder. It should help us in all of our decisions. Always try to stay to the side of good. When you remember these psukim, and a person should be especially scrupulous regarding brachas hanen, such as before eating and drinking. So the idea bracha is nasa derum in achalim. For it's through these brachas that the extraction takes place to elevate the physical and release the sparks of holiness from the food that one's eating. We know by the Rebbes and by the Hiddiga people, it's a whole avodah to eat. You may say, well, what's the whole bit of avodah? Why is such a big deal? Just take the spoon, take the fork, and eat it. But the answer is no. That the quintessential act, the way that these nitzotzes are really accessed is when we're elevating, when the nitzotzes are elevated, and when you take something that's gashmi and you turn it into ruchni. So we're making a bracha, so we can enjoy the coffee, we can enjoy the bagel, we can enjoy the steak, whatever it is, the sushi, whatever it is they enjoy, but at least have in mind when you're making a bracha, that I'm about to be mekadesh shemayim. I'm about to unlock nitzotzes of kedusha. I'm about to bring diamonds to the king. And if I can't think about that the entire time, during the entire duration of my eating or my drinking, but at least when we're making the bracha, we say, Baruch Ata Hashem, blessed, you are the makar of bracha, you are the source of all blessing, Hashem. Shak called me for everything is in existence with your word. How strong you are, how mighty you are. And that in itself is elevating. It's taking your sushi, it's taking your steak, it's taking your coffee to a whole new level. You just mekadesh and shemayim. Instead of just drinking and consuming coffee, you're not just a taker, you're giving diamonds to the king. Think about that the next time you drink your coffee, the next time you eat a piece of sushi. And make sure to say them very carefully and recite them properly, because if one doesn't, he's nefesh u'chayvel, he's destroying the life. This is not literal, but it's chayvel is referring to destruction of some sort. And ultimately, one should always just channel and make sure that all his actions are done l'shem shamayim. And that he conducts his affairs with justice, in accord with the laws of the Torah, in measure, in weight, and volume, And when everyone applies themselves to this holy task of reclaiming Kedusha, of trying to unlock these nitzitzes of Kedusha, then the salvation Be'ez Hashem will flourish speedily in our days. Amen. Kein Hiratzon.